Hi guys, and welcome to Keck Tarot. I have a few announcements to make. Last Sunday, I have reached 500 subscribers milestone, and I did test the live sessions and it worked. And a few of you who kind of like got a really quick message, did jumped on, did get their questions asked, so everything worked really well. So next live session is on Friday, March the 3rd at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please join in and prepare your questions. I'll see you there. Now this brings me to basically an issue of subscription, so please subscribe and you can join me on a Facebook as well. So you're going to get a notification when is the next live session. So just if I have time, I can just send this notification, and if you have time, you can join in. Link for Facebook is in the description, so check it out there. And last announcement, I promise there are 2 current specials. You can get yes or no questions and I can turn it around right away, basically the same day. It's only $10. Please check my website how to get it, or look up on Facebook, Cat Terra News, and let's go from there. And again, for you new guys, new subscribers, like how it really works, your engagement is going to reward you by actually getting your basically horoscope sign out first. So by clicking subscribe, like, by sharing, by leaving comments, you actually are placing yourself in a position. So this week, Libra, Pisces, Aries, Sagittarius, and Gemini are getting extended horoscope. So without further ado, let's start. Hi Leos, this is your weekly forecast. So please don't forget to check your monthlies as well to see how everything kind of fits together. So okay, so let's start with your base card. Ooh, didn't even check it, but that reversed. But you have the world underneath. So 2 basically major arcanas. So this basically means that something is not over yet. There is an issue from the past you're still dealing with, and it's not completely kind of dead or forgotten. So it's still something that you're bringing to this week, and you're dealing with some kind of issues that you want to put a closure to it. So what is basically the starting point here? 9 of Fire and Earth Kitten. Again, we are talking about the endings. You are trying to gather all this information, and this is your Leo energy. You really are doing it passionately, getting ahead, but sort of looking at it from different sides. And this is kind of balanced with Earth Kitten. You have to figure out what are unknowns to that situation, right? You're trying to kind of arm yourself with information to move ahead. So in the base, so here, this almost looks like the whole situation might not even be a love front. This could be just simply kind of your job or your school. However, you're also bringing the energy of new beginnings. You want to start something that is emotional. This can be a new love. This can be a refreshment of a new love. This can also mean just doing a project that you love. So if this is connected to work, which kind of looks this way because you have Pentacles here as well, then this will be a love of something that you do. And you have, let's see how many major arcana you have. You have 1, you have 2, 3, 4. It will be an important week. It's really interesting that lots of signs got lots of major arcanas. So careful everybody. On the 4th is Venus retrograde, and that means it's going to ask us to deal a little bit more with it, right? So what did you leave in the past? You actually left in the past some safety. Did you maybe lose your job or leave a job? It's the proverbial cat that wants the luxury, that he wants to feel good, that he's really willing to work hard. So this is somehow behind you. And maybe this is why this is the ending. You kind of maybe you left the safety behind. Maybe you are not sure if that was the right thing or not the right thing, and that's why you're asking for this counsel. And yeah, it does look like it was a shakedown. It was not too big. It looks like you did have somebody who was a support to you, right? It's like you were not alone. See, there's a different kitty going through the same thing. You were not alone with your ordeal. So you still felt it. It still was a biggie, but it was not emotionally shaken. You were not shaken to the core. However, it did burn you a little bit, kind of right, this proverbial lioness passion is right now not there, and kind of you really don't feel passionately about it, because there is a 9 and there is a 1, and 1 is a beginning and you are just about to start, but you are not there yet. And you're realizing that these two aces, they're both new beginnings. So once this turns around, this is totally what you're going to do. It's not going to be hard to do because you love it. You love every moment of it. So you have a passion and emotion. It is a really, really good mix. So how do you see yourself, Leo? You see yourself like somebody who's been through a lot, but you see yourself as fair. You see yourself that because of everything you've been through it, you're actually wiser. So there is an Earth King and there is a Sky Queen. But look at this. He's all the way on the ground because he's the Earth King and he's taking step by step by step by step by step. He was building his path to get there. She was approaching her success differently. She climbed up the tree because she can see her prey better. She can understand the lay of the land better. So that's where you are right now. Like, right? Like, I mean, you have emotional, you have a passionate nature, but you also have a heavily, please give me the cold facts kind of nature. This also can be a strategy, like you're really strategizing how to go about it, because you're like on the brink of the new beginning right here, these two cards, and this could be just simply putting the strategy in motion. Good card. Queen of Swords is like my favorite queen. Things are going to happen really, really fast. This is like not hesitation. So how others see you. Wow, heck. They feel that what they did to you, this whole shakedown, is making you stronger. You do not feel connected. You don't feel codependent anymore, my dear Leo. You got angry. But right now, instead of like going with that direction of revenge, you just like kind of like cut off the chains. And like right now, like I mean, you are basically the person who is realizing that certain things make no sense and certain things have to be left in the past, and you are breaking these proverbial codependent chains, and whatever kept you to a situation or to a person which was unhealthy, you basically are leaving behind, and others are really clear on it. This is not a mild message. This is the demon cat. That's the devil cat, right? If you really look at him. And what are you doing? Because yeah, you want to rediscover love. It's a fear and it's a hope. In this deck, this is like really love. It's not a choice because you don't have angels, you don't have anything three. And this is simply kind of like making a decision to do it. So this love can be love for another human being or for children that I see here. But I think mostly, excuse me, this is love for yourself. You literally have to know that things can go wrong and things can go right. And you know what? One person who will always love you, if you give it to yourself, will be you. Now, the end of the week would be some bad news. And now I'm a little bit concerned, I have to say, because after having a few good, really, really good cards, now we are coming back to this. The kid is losing one of his lives. Well, there is silver lining, or I have to say gold lining in this picture. You see these kind of like yellow horizon and like a sun over here coming through the clouds? That means yes. But you know what? The worst is done. This kitty pretty much lost it, right? And right now the sun is going to come through, is going to be able to get this nourishment. So here you had 9, here you have 10. So 9 is closing it and then starting something new, and 10 is like finishing, closing and finishing, sort of like when you say, well, you know, this, like, I mean, restaurant is closed for tonight, but there are still people in there to cleaning until they really, really, like, I mean, shut the lights off and leave. So this was sort of like the restaurant is closed and here everything is kind of cleaned and over. And this is going to bring some pain. This is intellectual energy because I think it's connected to these two cards that are bottom of this row and this top. So what basically will happen, I think it's in this order. Something tumbled. You came up with some kind of new strategy, how to deal about it. And one of the options that you're going to do, you'll feel that you're cornered. But that also tells you not to give up, right? That to keep trying, because you have the rest of the cards saying, you know what, you just have to deal with this. And you have to kind of like close this chapter. So this basically is the final closure. It's going to be, well, painful, but it's going to be a closure. So I want to clarify, and of course it's the very first card and the second card I want to clarify. So let's see, what is this Poor kitty. What is this message for Leo? Ten of Sky. Please clarify this Ten of Sky in the outcome. Ten of Sky. Oops. Got lots of poppers here. Is that it? Ten of Sky. What's the Lovar for Leo? Okay. Leo, you have Scholar, you have Thief, and you have Widower. And these two were reversed. That's on this card. So yeah, you really didn't think through something. Scholar means, well, something fell through that you thought would work, or somebody stole that idea of yours, and that idea had to be buried. So that is what's going to be this meaning behind this card. Okay, what was with this Tower? What is that situation? What is the lesson for this week? What do you need to deal with this week? Let's confirm it. The Tower. Tower for Leo from March 1st to 7th. Power. We have Messenger. We have Sights reversed. And then we have Journey reversed. So it was a news that made you feel that you kind of like lost a part of you. Look, she's a woman, like the ship is sailing away, the rose is like on the floor, kind of like the fruits of the labor is just not there. So it was obviously something you really, really hoped for, something that you really kind of like were like doing as a path. And so the lesson is like sort of like to find a new direction, to stop kind of dwelling on it, and to deal whatever the message is. So yeah, that's why it was not the major thing, because like obviously you have capacity of dealing with that. And let's confirm this Ace of Sea. I want to see what is this love directed to, because the Ace of Sea I feel is connected to the lover. So let's confirm this Ace of Sea for Leo. Ooh, no. Look, you have melancholy, you have love, and you have friend. I mean, your life is perfect, Leo. Like, I mean, you had bad times lately, you know what, and you still have this leftover and dealing with it, but I'm so proud of you. You're getting out of melancholy. You understand that sort of like these kind of feelings are not going to go in a good direction. Like, love is love. It's good to feel it, but not if you feel sad for yourself, because you will come to love. Look, this is the same card. If you're looking for a new love, guys, this is somebody who's already your friend. You're going to find a love in a friend this week. Or a friend is going to introduce you to somebody who is going to be a very important love in your life. This is major arcana, guys. Somebody you're going to instantaneously feel. And it's going to be about 6 days. So today is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Sunday, Monday, it's going to be almost kind of realization about that, or you will know, or you might already even know in your heart what I'm doing with. But this can also be 6 months to for this to completely get to the stage, because with friend, you're going to move slow. And you know what is a good thing about friend? They actually really do understand you. They know where you're coming from, and it's almost like built-in agreement that they're not going to hurt you, but just don't count on it, okay? But that friend is not going to be somebody who kind of appear to be overly reliable, who appear to be boring, and who appear to kind of like just give you luxuries. You do like your luxuries, but this is not going to be that important to you. Like, you're really looking for heart, like this time around, and you're like deciding it with your head. It's kind of like really, really interesting. So I want to confirm that lovers actually over there. Please show me these lovers for Leo for this week. Okay, I have a jumper. Okay, we have Lord inversed for Grand Signore. We have falseness reversed, and we have service. So you will understand, because this means also lie, This means a married guy. So you do understand that people have to be clear of their own issues. You don't want any lies. You don't want misrepresentation. And only then you're able to service them, literally, right? So this love is conditional, and this love cannot be given to anybody who is sweet talking or who's pretending to be not something he's not. This is the real love you're looking for, and this is why you're going through this. And guess what, guys? This is starting this week. You are at the very least planting the seeds. It's just amazing. Like, wow, congratulations. And yeah, guys, don't forget Friday at this dropped. Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to be live on YouTube. So come over with your questions and join. I really like it because it was a goal to get there, and I really want to kind of connect with you guys and interact live. And this is all free, so just like you need to prepare your questions and kind of give me the information, and we go with that. So last, before I kiss you goodbye, you got the love advice. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. But that was a popper, and it looks like religious factors can also mean the same kind of interests. Could be something that you already have in common that you can build on, which I think this is pretty much this card. It's somebody with whom you already share some kind of like common interest. And let's pick one more for Leah. One more love advice. Guys, I want to see you in the list of winners, right? Huh. Past life relationship. You have known each other before. No kidding. Well, you keep this with this. This doesn't have to be a love relationship, people. This can mean something you did in your past life, something that you feel you were meant to do. So this could be a job that you kind of like are recycling, or you move from one job to another job, or, you know, you got fired, or it just things didn't work out. Maybe it was the end of the contract. And even though you felt what you were doing was the right thing, you didn't feel it was the right environment for you. The same thing is like basically with love. If you're married, if you're in a relationship, everything has like ebbs and flows. It's going to kind of like get a new direction, and the new direction is going to be a really nice direction. And you're going to kind of be able to, excuse me, you're going to clear how they perceive you. You're going to clear how all these bad things. So like you are like on basically Leo 2.0 kind of like tangent. So good for you, Leo. Yeah. You're going to talk to your friend this week, I believe. Please leave me in comments what's happening. Love you and good luck.